Hi everyone, it's Ann Wheel from Flax and Twine and welcome to our embroidery stitch series. We are going to do the stem stitch today. It's a mouthful. Give it a whirl. It's kind of fun to say. We are going to start with a line here on our fabric and we're going to do the stem stitch along this line as if it were a stem. We are bringing the needle up at the end of the line from back to front. And we're going to bring that knot snug against the back of the fabric. And then we're going to take a little stitch here, about 1/8 of an inch or a little bigger. We're going to make that nice little stitch. Now, to do the stem stitch, you want to bring your needle back a little bit next to the stitch you just made and in the middle. So I'm coming up just to the right of the stitch and in the middle of the stitch. And then I'm going to bring that stitch into the line. So I'm coming up from between the stitch I just made down along the line about 1/8 of an inch down the line from the end of my last stitch. Just like that. And then I'm going to come up in the middle of that stitch I just made, back farther, but not through the thread, just to the right of it, and then I'm going to come down along that line and put my needle into the line that's drawn. And you can see it kind of becomes a little bit of a thicker line. It's twisted a little bit. It's kind of like a stack of diagonals, if you will, just like slightly diagonal. We're going to come up, see here I've split the thread and I don't want to do that. We were going to come up just to the right of the thread in the middle of the stitch we just made, and then down a consistent length down that stem. There's another little diagonal. We're going to come up in the middle of the last stitch, just to the right, and then put our needle into the line that's drawn about 1/8 of an inch down that stem. Now you can lengthen or shorten these stitches as you see fit. You know, they can be shorter or they can be longer. You just want to do them fairly consistently unless you have a tight curve, in which case you can shorten them to hit that curve. The other thing you can do is you can use your thumb a little bit if you want to kind of pull aside that stitch from before. You just have to be careful not to poke your thumb, but that sometimes helps get that prior stitch out of the way a little bit, and then come down that stem. And that makes this really pretty kind of twisted look as you go down the line. And that's the stem stitch. Thanks for coming here today. Have a good one.